So we want to summarize with you. We've seen several videos covering the changes YouTube has made in their algorithm, and they're definitely favoring small creators. There've been surveys that show that. There've been YouTube representatives that have said that there are teams who are that I should say they have a team who is dedicated to favoring small channels, and so this is a exciting time for small creators.
And you can understand why, because YouTube would like more people making videos.
Yeah.
And each person has a different type of group of community that will be drawn to them. So if YouTube gets more people on there, they have more variety, and then more people will come to watch things.
Mm-hmm.
So they're encouraging you to new people to come and be on the channel, and hopefully that'll get them and us all a benefit.
Yeah, and there seems to be a real interest right now in people who are they just start the camera and talk and share, and that authenticity, that uncut video, that sort of thing is really interesting to people right now, and that's what they want. And someone that'll just share what they're going through, what they're feeling, what they're whatever. So
right.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea to do that.
Yeah.
We have some tips here that we're going to share today, and another day we'll share our experience a little more. But we've gathered some tips from different people, and we want to share them with you so that in case you would find them helpful, we can all know more about it.
Yeah. Okay, so well, one thing we hear from several people is don't quit your day job. It's really hard to. You can't just people can't go from overnight from not making any money on YouTube to suddenly having enough to live on. So
right, and even if you make enough to live on for a month, that was because a couple of videos did really well, and you may not be secure in the fact that maybe not every video does well. So the predictability is difficult. So it could be up and down. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to be counting on that money too heavily. Mm-hmm. But if you're already working, you already have a job, stay in that job and see what you can do on the side.
Yeah, and several people are encouraging people who are over 50, over 40, over 50 to get on YouTube and share, because most people who are over 40 or 50 have learned a few things, and people appreciate learning, learning from someone who is older, and that way they don't have to make those mistakes.
Just think about it, though. I mean, people of any age are getting on YouTube to watch people. Yeah. So you might as well have some people in that age group to make videos so that they'll have somebody in their age group, if they want to watch their age group topics, that they can watch something. Yeah. So that's a good thing.
And in many societies, there is a lot of communication. People will just sit around in the evening and talk, families, and that doesn't happen very much now in the U.S. And I think people are feeling that vacuum. They want to learn. They want to hear their elders talking and sharing, and so this YouTube is jumping in to fill that vacuum.
To have the pool of wisdom still come out.
Yeah.
But now, instead of grandma or grandpa sharing with a few grandchildren, grandma and grandpa can share with anybody who wants to join in and listen. Yep. And that's great. Yeah. So it's an exciting time that way to have more people sharing more information.
Yeah.
So don't quit your job. Yeah. YouTube nowadays is all about information. The big thing is people come on there, they want to learn something. And so they're not just on there for, watching me do my morning, brush my teeth, right?
Yeah.
Somebody might be able to do that, but in general, if they come on YouTube, they're going to look for, what can I learn? What can I gain? What can I benefit from? Even if it's entertainment, they might want entertainment, they might want knowledge, but it's all about what they can get.
Yeah. Yeah, some small creators we've listened to, they say when they vlog about their personal life, even when they go very deep into detail, they didn't get much traction, didn't get very many viewers or views. But when they did things like worked for Amazon and talked about it, or worked for um, what else, Google or
Door dashing.
DoorDashing, yeah, various things like that.
Yeah.
That's what people are interested in. So,
And it's because people have a curiosity. Like, I've never worked at Walmart, so if somebody's working at Walmart and gathering carts in the parking lot, I guess I'm a little curious, you know?
mm-hmm.
And I haven't done some of these other careers either. And so if somebody tells me a little bit about what it's like, that helps my curiosity. It also is interesting if somebody might want to do that job and they'd like to see how it will be.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that factor.
Yeah.
So when we try to think about the titles that we're going to do, if you want to have something on YouTube, try to think about titles that are trending. Think about them or find them on YouTube. What's going around a lot? Now, we don't want to just be copying. On the other hand, we want to find what people are wanting, right? If I do something that nobody wants, then who's going to come and watch my videos? And then we might wonder why we're not getting found. It's because they were looking for something else. So if you find a topic that's going around, it might be a good idea to do something similar if that fits what you already know and what you already can do.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are saying, really emphasizing, do what's working, do a little research on YouTube, do what's working, not just what I think is interesting, but what we know that people are wanting to know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The videos that do well above what the subscriber count is for that person. It's like if a person has 1,000 subscribers, but this video reached 20,000, then that video is pretty popular and is drawing an extra group of people. And maybe we need more videos on that topic then.
Mm-hmm. We watched a video by a lady who, she watched another YouTuber who has quite a bit of experience and is making a lot of money, and summarized his tips in a way that we found really helpful. Maybe more helpful than watching the person was watching her tips and how she summarized and
so
yeah.
there's just a different way each person can present it, and that's going to hit a different viewer. So if you have a way of speaking or a style or a mannerism or method of communicating, that might just be the right one for that person.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure, like, everybody wants to think that I know better than everybody else. You know, like, I want to do a video like this, and I want to do it the way I want to do it. You know, I think I'm good and I think it's interesting and fun, but really look at the research or the trends, because sometimes what I like is just not the same as what everybody else likes. So put your ego aside and just try to do what you think. Don't try to just do what you think, but do what also is going to meet a lot of people's needs.
Mm-hmm.
And treat it like a job.
Yeah. And we hear a lot about YouTube being easy these days. In some ways it's easy, in some ways it's harder. There is a really a demand for uncut video, so almost anybody, just choose, if you need to, you may need to adjust the settings on your camera a little bit to get better quality, but get the best quality you can get from your camera. Whether it's, you know, some cameras don't do 60 frames a second, they only do 30, some will only do 1080 for the resolution, some will do 4000 or 4K. And anyway, just set it the highest it'll go, and it, you know, unless you have a really old camera or a phone, it's likely to be just fine. And so the quality is not that important. Even the quality of I should say, it doesn't have to be edited to get. People just want the information. They want the authenticity.
Right.
Yeah.
And because they want the information, then if you know it all offhand, or if you have your list beside you, you can just sit down and tell people the information, share your experience, share what you like, and you'll find an audience, you know, as long as it's not so bad we can't hear or so off that we can't see anything.
Yeah.
It's going to be more important that you're giving valuable information.
Yeah, like right now we're using a 5-year-old cell phone, and You know, hopefully hopefully you can hear us and understand us. We've found that it seems to be adequate. So
Yeah. So every time you get on a video, it's helpful if you could start to think about what can I teach people, how can I entertain them, how can I encourage them in some way, because the videos in the end are for them, right? If it's for you, that's fine, but it's probably not going to get monetized as quickly. So if you want to get monetized more quickly, you help more people and find out what they are wanting. So when you think about it, teaching somebody something would really be a good idea. And certainly there's a lot of things that you know, maybe you haven't thought about it, but maybe you could explain them to people. And that's going to be a good thing whenever you do a video.
yeah, we're hearing from a lot of people that YouTube is favoring videos that are long form, and that can be 10 minutes, it can be 20 minutes. A lot of people are saying 20 minutes. Our YouTube is putting them on the browse or on the homepage of people's YouTube screen on their computer, on their phone. Yeah.
And I thought that would be too long, but what ended up happening is sometimes the 20-minute videos, I can keep having them go, and I can hear them while I'm, grabbing something or doing something else, or maybe I wanted to sit and relax. So there's a place for the 20-minute videos, and more of those are becoming wanted. So to do a little bit longer video will work well now.
Can you grab the power cord for the? I think this is authentic video.
Yes.
We need a little bit more power here. Our battery's about to go.
All right.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
So 20-minute videos would be about the right length. You can do a little shorter if you need to, but it's just good to aim for a good amount of content and a decent amount of time. You can talk about the stuff that's trending, as we've mentioned, and one of the things that's trending is life at work. So, if you have we said this already, but if you have a job that if you love your job, you can talk about it. If you hate your job, you can talk about it. But you're saying it so that you're helping somebody else who's considering that job or just curious about that job.
And really sharing the details. People really like to know how much you make,
Yes.
how much you're spending on food every month, or whatever, right. how you're making it all work.
Yes, they really do. They really want to know, because we all want to know how do I make it work, and how do they make it work in the same situation. So there's financial topics are also a pretty good topic if you know something about that type of thing. Even if you just tell about your own life, like how much you're making at your job, how much your rent is, how you're going to pay your rent with your job, and how you're going to make the rest of your budget work, and just how you're surviving on that income. Because other people might be going, wow, this is tight. How am I supposed to survive? And we might get ideas from watching other people.
Some people want to know how to get monetized, how to get money from AdSense on YouTube. I believe the ads that that you see on YouTube, the advertisers pay YouTube for that, and YouTube gives 60% of the ads or something.
55%,
yeah, to the creator, and YouTube takes 45%. So there's a fair amount of money to be made on on YouTube.
So you have to keep in mind that for 1,000 ads, it might be a few dollars or a little more, depending on your topic, that you would get. But still, you're getting 45% of that price.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to earn a little extra cash for the side.
Yeah, and to get monetized, to get into the AdSense program on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. You may have heard that a lot, but it may be new to you, so we thought we'd throw that in there.
And watch hours just means people have a total of a certain number of hours that they've spent watching your videos.
And that's where shorts won't get people very far, because they're short. So the advice we're hearing is don't worry about shorts when you first start. Shorts are a minute or less, and that really doesn't help very much toward watch hours.
No, but they can get their own money. But I've heard people say that you do like 10,000 of them, 10,000 views and you get, very little, 50 cents. I mean, I don't know what the real number is. You could look into it. But just keep in mind that the shorts, you have to really get a lot to make a very little amount of money. Some people like to do shorts to help people find their channel, but that's not quite as effective when you're really new. So just keep in mind, the best is the longer form videos. And longer doesn't have to be super long, but 20 minutes is good, or 15 to 20.
Yeah. So
Even 8 to 10 still works.
So what about live videos? Is that a good way to begin with?
People are not recommending live videos because live videos do not have the same ability to be found by YouTube and to be promoted. They don't have the same title type of thing and topics and transcript inside them. So they just don't get promoted as well. For new people, if people have been around for many years and they already have their audience and their following, they can press live, go live, and do it for the people live, and it helps build their community, but it's not going to reach your monetization as fast.
And another thing we're hearing a lot, which makes sense, is that YouTube likes it when people get on and say, YouTube is great, get on YouTube, it's doing all these things, it's paying money. But that makes sense because YouTube wants to promote themselves. So, yeah, if you have a good experience with YouTube, or it's you're making good progress or whatever, that's a good thing to report on.
Yeah. So if you want to find out how well you're doing, if you want to get monetized and you want to see how close you are to meeting the 4,000 watch hours and the 1,000 subscribers, you can download the YouTube Studio app to your phone. Or you can put YouTube Studio on your laptop, and you can go into YouTube Studio, and they have a place there where they have like a little graph going across, and at first it'll be partway filled, and here's your goal, and when you get full all the way over to the end, you know that you've finished. It can kind of help you know how close you are to getting monetized. Yeah, so I had a channel, I had a Google account, but I also had a YouTube account and a page. So I hadn't posted videos, I had just used it when I would look at YouTube videos, but I hadn't done anything with it. So what I did is we just changed the name of it because we have the name for what we want this to be about. It's called Float a Coconut. And it's basically because you float the coconut, it's in progress toward finding the place where it wants to grow. It's floating across the ocean, it's going to land on some shore, and it's going to grow. So that our channel is about growth financially and growth in other ways. And so we really wanted to have a name that fit that. So we changed the name to Float a Coconut, and we just had to go into some of the YouTube stuff, which we can get into later.
Yeah, what we're hearing is that we've heard anyway from different places, if you create a Google account and then make it your channel and start posting, YouTube might think that it's a bot or something, or some spammer or whatever. Yeah, but if you have an account that's been around for a little while, that's better.
Yeah, and been around a little while might be a week or two, right? It's just enough time that you use your account, you watch a few videos, you like a few videos, you interact like a human would interact, right? You're not just being a bot and you're going in there and putting up 20 videos all at once without having any interaction prior. So if you have an account that's new, you might want to interact with it a little bit and then begin posting.
One video we were watching, people were asking, well, what if I'm a student? What can I do?
Well, if you're a student, record yourself as a student. Record what you do in your life, because let's say you're a student in college. The high school students, they're wanting to know what it's going to be like when they get to college. So if you just record and share, there's a lot of people out there that will really enjoy watching that.
Yeah, like maybe mistakes you made or things you learned, tips. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to use some topic ideas, YouTube is really trending, so you can talk about how many subscribers you're trying to get, how you're doing on YouTube, how it's going for you, and anything else you know about YouTube, you can share that and help other people. Because more people might even be coming on here now that it's getting a little easier. There might be more new people. There also might be more new people coming from TikTok down the road. We don't know how that's all working out yet, but we'll see. And in the meantime, just share what you know, because somebody probably wants to learn it.
Yeah, people are saying TikTok might be banned, and so yeah, if, might be a lot of people coming from TikTok starting YouTube channels, and it's might be good to be ahead of that if that happens.
Yeah. So it's a really good time to be on YouTube, and
a lot of people are saying post every day, be persistent, be consistent. Many people are saying that really that the YouTube algorithm likes that and
yeah.
favors it, whatever.
Yeah, because YouTube wants to put out videos that are going to encourage people to stay on YouTube longer. So if you have videos that are well liked and you're posting every day, then people like them one day, they're going to come back the next day, right? If you can't post every day, you can choose the time frame that you want to post in and stay at that consistently. Best every day, but you know, if you did it twice a week, you always do it twice a week on those same days, then your audience can start to know when they'll find you.
Mm-hmm.
So that can help you get found.
Okay, let's see. Is there anything else we haven't covered? Oh,
We'll cover the rest later.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're just wanting to encourage people to get on if they're already thinking about it, and if they want to, don't let it stop you. I mean, there's we're glad we did, because there's so much that can be done now, and it's so much easier in many ways. And there's ways that you can find to shorten the editing and make it much easier. And
yeah, and a good way to learn is just to get on there and do it, which we've learned a ton since we started.
oh my.
And yeah, much faster than, you know, probably the month before we started. We probably didn't learn as much in that month as we have learned since in the week since we've started.
Yeah. So once you do that, then you're the expert.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So get on YouTube. It's a good time.
It is a good time.